Hello, welcome to this episode of Low Carb in the Leaves with me, Dr. Mary Barson from Real Life Medicine. This week we've been discussing movement and the importance of breaking up your day, your sitting throughout the day, with some kind of regular movement. I was musing on this morning about the barriers to movement, what gets in people's way. Why do some people just have quite a sedentary lifestyle? Why do they sit down all day when it's not in line with their health goals? And I think there's lots of reasons to that, and so many of them overlap with the same reasons that people might be choosing, high carb inflammatory foods, packaged foods, processed foods, bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, even though that's not in line with their health goals. And I think it comes down to human nature, really, and that a lot of the same blocks are there. Perhaps fear of failure, that you set yourself a goal to be able to, run 5Ks without stopping in 9 weeks. Or you set yourself the goal to get up and stretch and do some squats and lunges and wall push-ups, one of those every 20 minutes, but then you sort of fear that you actually won't do it. So fear of failure can be crippling. I see it a lot. And it also ties into this perfectionism, all or nothing mentality. So often I see people, and I've fallen into this trap, where I feel if you don't do it perfectly, if you don't stay on plan with your food perfectly, if one little piece of sugar passes your lips, then stuff it, doesn't matter, I can't do it anyway, and just go and have a massive carby bender. I think the same thing can happen with exercise. People, miss a day, or the change is a bit clunky, it takes a while to learn to practice something new, and when they don't do it, they're like, man, stuff it, can't do it. If I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. The thing is, though, especially with exercise or movement, is that you can't stuff it up. You can't do it wrong, really. I guess you could overdo it, and I'll come back to that later, but there is no right or wrong. There is just moving your body. It is something that is very doable. Melissa McGuinness has said, I'm terrible for all or nothing. You are not alone, my friend. It is a really common block. All the time I see this, and people might be like, well, my son eats pasta in the house, so, there's pasta in the house. It's impossible for me to avoid it, so I just can't do this. I can't do this. I can't. I see it a lot, and it's a really common human trait. Recognizing that pretty much nothing is all or nothing, particularly not food, and particularly not movement. And perfectionism gets in the way too with movement, in that people might want to be stronger than they are. Right now, post my recent little health adventures, I've lost strength and particularly paddle fitness for surfing. I'm not a great surfer, don't get me wrong, but it is a really fun way to move your body, and I used to be able to do it in the recent past, but I've lost my paddle fitness, and it can be, I have to get back out there, but I know the first few times that I do, I'm not going to succeed. I'm not going to be able to catch the waves very well, and that can be just a little bit like, oh, well, I just won't do it then, but that's okay. I will, because I know it'll get back, and it's not all or nothing. People might not be able to do a push-up or a plank or be able to run the 5Ks, and so they just won't do anything at all. I think fear of injury is quite common as well. Sunny said, I need a knee replacement. Oh, yeah. But I'm too young, so they want to wait 5 years. Lots of non-weight-bearing exercise would be useful for you, as well as a low-carb diet. You fantastic human. You're doing really good things for your health. So, fear of injury is often a reason why people won't move. And it's not unreasonable, especially as we get older. However, there's a nonsensical element to this when you think about it, because one of the best ways that you can keep yourself strong and healthy and avoid falls and all these things long term is to actually move your body. So working through that fear of injury, finding movement that is safe for you actually is going to prevent injury. And it's an important sort of mindset to wrap your brain around. Poor self-image. I see this all the time. Maybe people just don't think that they're worthy of being well, of being healthy, of making healthy choices. And so some work around self-image and how we feel about ourselves and processing our feelings is sometimes required. It's often required, in fact. And lack of confidence. Totally. I don't know about you, but I'm personally quite intimidated by gyms. I actually can enjoy doing some resistance training and seeing the progression that I get. Sorry, I've got a puppy chewing on my feet. Yeah, I can really enjoy it, but you go to the gym and there's all these machines and I don't know how to use them, and there's people who really look like they know what they're doing and I can feel a bit stupid. That's a really common one. But, movement can be simple. It doesn't have to be using complex machines at the gym. You can do something really, really basic. You can go for a walk. See, this is the thing. Our bodies know how to move. Instinctively, we just do. We humans are, from our body type, interestingly, we are fairly unique in the animal kingdom, in that our bodies are like this jack of all trade, master of none. There's almost no movement that we do better than any other animal, possibly running, long distance running, certainly not me, but other people. But there's the way that our bodies are designed. We have a vast array of movements that we can do, but we're not really specialists. We can't outswing a monkey, we can't outrun, outpace a cheetah. We can't outswim a dolphin, but we can actually swing on a tree, swim and run and do all of these movements. And things, just trust your body instinctively. You can move. And even if you just choose something simple to start with, you can do it. The other one sometimes is the inability to enjoy exercise. And that, I think, is also a mindset thing. That exercise can become a chore. Just something that we have to do, you have to get out of the way, just like you have to wash the clothes and you have to pick up the dog poo, you have to do exercise. It's just something to get done. A little mind flip around that which can be helpful is considering moving your body as a nourishing exercise. It's how are you going to nourish your body with movement rather than punishing your body with movement. And Marie has said, I love this one. Find something we like to do, like gardening or dancing. Oh yes, dancing. I love dancing. I'm a bad dancer, but boy do I love it. I love to dance in my living room. So fun. In my pajamas, usually with my daughter. And Marie says she hates the sweaty feeling. You don't have to get sweaty if you don't want to. Indeed, as I mentioned yesterday, a few seconds of exercise can make an enormous difference. And although longer periods of exercise, 30 minutes of intense exercise a few times a day is really good for you, mostly what I've been talking about this week to avoid the chronic disease effect, to increase the risk of chronic disease from a sedentary lifestyle is actually just to break up the sedentary behaviour, is actually just to get up and move a bit throughout the day rather than, sitting down all day and then having a burst at the gym or the pool in the evening. That burst at the gym or the pool in the evening, although good for you, actually does not undo the damage from sitting all day. There's this concept of these weekend warriors. Even people who are super fit, super fit, can still be getting the damaging, ow, puppy, really annoying, the damaging effects of sedentary behaviour if they just sit all day and then, exercise intensively later. So I guess my general tips, start slow, find something that you enjoy, beware the perfectionism, beware the all or nothing thinking, and if it helps, find something fun And get some accountability if you can. Join a fitness group, go with a friend. Accountability is a great way to get you moving. All right, guys, see you later.